A few.
Okay, David, thanks. Tonight, the nastiest race in the country is too close to call. Take a look at the numbers in the race tonight. You can see Chris McDaniel in the lead, 50% of the vote. Thad Cochran with 48%. But this is just with about 87% of those precincts reporting. Results still coming in. Tonight, we have complete team coverage of the primary elections from across the state, from Jackson to Bolton down to Hattiesburg. This is the first serious challenge Senator Cochran has faced in decades. 16 WABD's Bert Case is live at the Hilton on County Line Road tonight with hundreds of Cochran supporters in an anxious room there, Bert.
There are some very anxious and disappointed Thad Cochran supporters in this room. They keep seeing those numbers go up with their candidate behind 1 or 2%. And you can just see the disappointment on their faces. The old heads, however, like Billy Munger, who is the one who originally found Thad Cochran to run for the Congress back in 1972, still believes Cochran will pull it off. But he's been sliding further and further behind, 50 to 48. We'll stay on top of it and report any changes from his headquarters at the Hilton.
Okay, Bert, we will check back with you a little bit later this evening as we watch these results come in. Of course, another anxious room in Hattiesburg tonight where Chris McDaniel and his supporters are watching these returns. 16 WAPD's Andrew Kinsey has been with them there all night long and joins us now live. Andrew.
Yeah, Megan, McDaniel supporters are very energetic here tonight and hopeful that their candidate of choice will be able to pull off a win tonight. Take a look around. They started filling into this convention center shortly after 7 o'clock tonight. This crowd has grown since then. We caught up McDaniel arriving shortly before the polls closed. He didn't stop to talk to the media, but inside he took the stage to thank his supporters and his family. He said this race was never about his opponent, but about Mississippians and making change in Washington. Now, right now, he is offsite watching the poll numbers come in. We expect him to come back here to the election watch party to address his supporters yet again a little bit later tonight. We'll bring that to you as it happens. For now, we are live in Hattiesburg. Andrew Kinsey, 16 WAPT News.
Okay, Andrew, thanks. We are here in the studio right now with our political analyst, Matt Friedemann. Matt, this race is so close right now. What's going on here?
Unbelievably close. In fact, the longer we go in the evening, the tighter it gets.
Absolutely. What do you think this is a sign of? Why are we seeing this race so close and coming down to the wire like this?
Well, I think Chris McDaniel's brought a lot of energy to the campaign, brought the Tea Party crowd to the campaign. They had a lot of energy. And we got quotes by Cochran, Thad Cochran, Senator Cochran, that says, I didn't really want to run. And it's kind of showed he didn't really want to run. And he didn't want to do media, didn't want to do a debate. And so I think that's why this thing is so close. Had he done a normal campaign, I don't think it would be close. But a lot of energy against a guy that apparently doesn't want to run.
A lot of energy and, of course, a lot of ads we've seen, attack ads on both sides. What impact do you think they have had on this race?
Well, I think there's a lot of interesting campaign dynamics that always go along. Every campaign seems like the dirtiest one that's ever been here, but it's not. It's just normal campaigning. And the truth is, with a lot of the misrepresentations, it happens pretty much every election. It's just, I think it comes down to you need to keep on message and keep telling people what you believe in and why you want to go to Washington, D.C. And I think McDaniel's argument there was a lot stronger than Thad Cochran's.
One more question for you. Have you paid attention to where some of the results are coming in from across the state? Have you been able to see any of that?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, Madison County be one of those counties that you wouldn't think of would be a red meat Republican, or rather a Tea Party kind of county. And you see there Thad Cochran doing far better than Chris McDaniel. You go to Rankin County, and a lot of people, I think, would have assumed they would have come in strong for Thad Cochran, but it's very close in Rankin County. And then you go to a place like Jones County, and of course, that's more of McDaniel's country, and he's doing unbelievably well there. I think the further away you get from the metro area, the more opportunity you have to see McDaniel do quite well.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time down there in the southern part of the state.
Well, as well he should have. And you need to get outside of the metro area if you really want to get to what a lot of people would deem real Mississippi. And of course, truth is, McDaniel spent a lot of time there.
Okay, thank you so much, Matt Friedemann. We may check back with you a little bit later as we keep watching these results. Who knows how long this will go. A much more decisive victory in the Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate. Former Mississippi Congressman Travis Childers took that race easily with more than 70% of the vote. He talked to us while at Helen Miles in Jackson just a little while ago.
What if you have to run against one of these other guys that have the attack ads out there? How are you going to handle that?
Well, we expect, certainly, depending on the candidate, we expect that there is a good possibility that these same out-of-state people who are trying to buy this election, we expect that we could, receive the same attacks and many attacks just like has already been in the Republican primary. We certainly hope not. We will, quite frankly, defend ourselves.
Now, in the congressional race for District 2, switching gears a bit, incumbent Benny Thompson won his primary with more than 90% of the vote. 16 WAPT's Tammy Eswick in Bolton tonight, where his supporters are still celebrating right now, Tammy.
That's right, Megan. They've moved inside since darkness has fallen, and you're right, more than 90%, 96 to be exact. We're in front of his campaign headquarters right now. But we did want to show you the scene earlier today as people were in the street celebrating his victory for now. He's so far going to hold on to that U.S. House of Representatives seat, but he still has to defeat two more people in the general election. We spoke to Congressman Thompson about the secret to his success so far.
Explain to me how it is that you managed to hold on to your seat for so long.
Well, we work hard. We come home every week. We're all over the district. We're no stranger to our district. And as you can tell from the people who are assembled here, we're just a regular person who was fortunate to get elected to Congress. And we work hard at it. We understand the needs of the district, and we vote the interests of the district when we're in Washington.
People out here tonight. Now, Congressman Thompson will face Troy Ray, an independent candidate in the general election, and also Shelley Shoemake, a Reform Party candidate. Live in Bolton, Tammy Eswick, 16 WAPT News.
Okay, Tammy, thanks. Another incumbent congressman celebrating tonight. Republican Greg Harper beat out his opponent in the Republican primary, Hardy Caraway. We talked to him about this tight race.
There's no better place in this country to live than Mississippi. It's the best place to raise a family. We have the best food. Okay, we can, it's just an amazing place, and we're so appreciative to be able to have this opportunity and just thank the voters.
And now we want to take another look at the U.S. House District 4 election down in the southern part of the state. This is Stephen Palazzo versus Gene Taylor tonight. Really getting close there. Could end in a runoff. We're going to keep a close eye on that election for you this evening. Now to the special election for Madison County Chancery Clerk. Also a tight race. No big winner, and votes, in fact, still being counted tonight. 16 WAPT's Hadas Brown has been following this race closely and joins us live from Madison County. Hadas.
Yeah, Megan, definitely a close race here tonight. Now, neither candidate got 50% plus one of the vote, so it looks like there's going to be a runoff between David Overby and Ronnie Lott. Now, even though they are still counting affidavits, it will not be enough to swing the election for either candidate. We spoke to them about the runoff election.
I'm looking forward to the runoff. I appreciate the support of my friends, especially the support of my family, my wife Dana, my sons who helped me, my mother, all my supporters. We're ready to go. If it's a runoff, then we'll take it with the same dignity that we have taken the original race.
Officials here tonight tell us that the runoff election will be 3 weeks from tonight on June 24th. Live in Madison County, Hadas Brown, 16 WAPT News.
Okay, Hadas, thank you. Of course, we are keeping a very close eye on the results of the U.S. Senate race. Cochran and McDaniel still too close to call. We're going to keep an eye on those results all throughout our newscast and throughout the evening right here on 16 WAPT. Still to come, a resolution in Jackson to guard LGBT rights. We'll talk about the city councilwoman who voted against it. Plus, a courtroom confrontation. What happened after a judge and a lawyer took things outside.
Big, strong.